think tell the world is important because our lives are so busy and it's just really easy to forget and make up excuses if you don't have like a plan set in place. Witnessing just really just sparks my spiritual growth. It reminds me of my passion that when I first became a Christian, and just kind of helps me remember what it was like before I knew him and understood the depth of Christianity. It's really scary to witness. I know this is kind of a weird quirk and not necessarily super spiritual, but I just kind of block it out and be like, I'm never going to see this person again. The worst thing they can say is no. I've been really blessed in my life to get to be raised by a Christian family. I know about Jesus. From, birth, I was told about who he is and his greatness, and it breaks my heart that other people don't get to know that. There's something so motivating about telling other people about Jesus and who he is. Being homeschooled, it's easy to be like, well, and I've thought this myself a ton of times, it's like, I can't witness. There's no one to witness to. I don't, especially if you don't have a co-op and stuff. And I have friends who I've talked to who feel the same way. And something that I had a mentor tell me is that, it's a lot more like being an adult in the real world. Like every time I go on a plane, that's like super cool. I was on the plane back from the New York mission trip with First Baptist, and I got to sit next to this guy, and so we just started talking to him. I was like, oh, okay, do you have kids? Do you live in Dallas? It's like, okay, do y'all have a church somewhere? He's like, no. And I said, oh, okay, why not? And he said, well, I'm not really a Christian. I'm like, well, what do you mean you're not really a Christian? And he just said, he's like, well, how do you believe in God when there's science? And I'm like, because God is science. And so we really got to talk to him about how apologetics and God and science all really coincide perfectly. And he was taking notes on his phone because he was legitimately interested in Christianity, but he didn't know if he should be or not. There's never not an opportunity to witness. You can always witness to somebody. I have family members who aren't saved, and then I also have family members who are saved but weren't always. They came to Christ through people witnessing to them and through reaching out to them. And every time I witness to family, it can be hard because it's like I'm constantly getting rejected, but you have to learn to think about it where it's like, no, this person is hearing one more tidbit of the gospel. They're one step closer to understanding who Jesus is. I'm Grace Martin Young. Let's tell the world.